United have lost 3-1 at Wembley to Chelsea. We were shit, weren't we? Actually, that was what I asked for the title. I don't know how they bottled it and gone with we were awful, because I definitely said we were shit. Do you know why I said that? Well, we were shit. So I've got 5 things here. Coincidentally, I know it would probably be a different 5 things tomorrow. But it's 5 things that I want to touch upon here that I think are worth talking about. Actually, you lads let me know in the comments and see if it matches up with what I've got written down here. And see what you think. First one was shape. Right. I actually thought we were doing quite well. And obviously it was 0-0 while we had 3 at the back. Defensively, I thought the 3 at the back worked. It covered the threats fairly effectively for what Chelsea were doing. It also nullified Chelsea's press a little bit. And although we looked secure at the back, we weren't good going forward, and that was a massive drama. We weren't effective going forward. We weren't effective in midfield. Bruno was getting on the ball far too deep. He was getting on the ball somewhere around the halfway line. You're looking at an isolated Rashford and an isolated Dan James, asking them to do something 1v1. Just, not able to do it. Also, I thought when you saw either Williams or the rare occasion someone like Dan James was in possession and looking for pressing and getting into the final third, every time I saw that, I saw Marcus double and triple marked, and that was a massive issue. Lack of presence in the final third really killed us. Then Eric Bailly got injured. I still don't know what the crack is with him. I believe he's been airlifted to hospital, so I hope it's nothing too serious, and I hope we're talking pure precaution with that. From then we went to the usual, which is the 4-3-3. Once we got into the 4-3-3, obviously having a little bit more quality in the final third with Tony Marshall, we opened them up. Even though we weren't in control in possession, we opened them up. Tony Marshall gets a chance. Now, for me, that was the pivotal moment in the football match. From that moment, the game was won and lost. And for me, I know this sounds like sour grapes, and ultimately, I actually don't give a fuck if anyone thinks it's sour grapes. It is sour grapes, so go fuck yourself. Mike Dean's got to do better. It's in his line of sight what happens. If he makes a decision, possibly a red card, gives the free kick, all right, might not have known if it was inside the box or outside the box. That's what his linesman's there for. There's got to be a discouragement of the over-reliance on VAR. Referees have to referee their football matches. I saw this in rugby league where you see it far too often that a run-of-the-mill decision, they allow the video to do their job for them because they fucking bottle it. It's cowardice. Mike Dean, you're a fucking coward. Because I think if Mike Dean makes that decision there and then, for starters, if it's not a red, it's a yellow. It's absolutely a fucking free kick. But because he doesn't do his job, VAR doesn't have the ability to call that a free kick, and the game then, they literally go up the other end of the pitch and they fucking score. So going in at half-time, instead of being 0-0 or potentially 1-0 to United or Chelsea down to 10 men, we are now 1-0 down. The second half begins. Brandon Williams fucks up, plays a ball centrally which Matic and Fred don't pick up. Maguire and Lindelof just completely step off Mason Mount. He hits it. I mean, it's literally like you can point to 3 or 4 things in a chain of things that went wrong. Is that fatigue? That's my next point. I don't know. I don't think so. But it's a fucking inexcusable error. And now you're 2-0 down in the football match against a team that, okay, they're not perfect, but they are a good football team. And you're going to struggle to score 3 goals against them now in 40 or so minutes. Once we then went for it, you could argue we possibly took that a tiny little bit too late. You bring on Paul Pogba. You start to see United hold possession further up the pitch. We start to see Bruno on the edge of the box. But even then, and this is why it's important, I always like to start strong and then relax, as opposed to start with one tempo or one sort of mindset and then try and change that in the middle of the game. It's easier to start strong, get a game won, and then cruise than it is to start shit, bring all your best players on. Because the reason you've not started your best players, the reason that you've gone slightly weaker or rotated or rested or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is so you can be better in the next game. And the reason that you do that is you want them to have an easier day today. Well, it's not an easy day today when you have to bring them on with 40 minutes, 35 minutes, and tell them to chase a game. That's stress. That's stressful. That adds to the tiredness levels of the players. If we'd have gone stronger, yes. I mean, I understand this is hindsight, and I'm certainly not saying, like, you have to fucking sack him now because he's made one mistake. I'm just sort of giving you what my take on how we did was. The referee was fucking wank, though. 21 fucking fouls and not a single yellow. And you can't tell me one of those wasn't a yellow fucking card. Then he books Paul fucking Pogba for one of the most innocuous challenges. Okay, it was off the ground, but it's a fucking dive and there's potentially no contact. Of all of the fucking incidents we saw, Mason Greenwood got headbutted, for fuck's sake. Just straight headbutted. There wasn't a challenge for the ball. He just fucking nutted him. 21. Fuck you, Mike Dean, you cunt. De Gea was shit too. Actually, can I get the shot stats? Have we got any? I know it's a different screen. How many shots did they have on target? We had 3. How many did you have? You had 7 shots on target. I don't remember him making 4 fucking saves. What's happened to David De Gea? His distribution weren't great. Fine. He didn't really command his box. He didn't really take people out at corners. Fine. He's the best shot stopper in the world. What happened to that? Where's that guy gone? Because this season, De Gea's been at fault for far too many fucking goals like that. Goals that are at him. I'm not saying he has to save anything. The one with Giroud, you know what? I'll let him have that. It's 5 yards out. The strikers hit it clean. And he put it on target. Fine. What's happened to that guy, though? Because the other two, he's got to do better. He's just got to do better. Charlie Matthews says, blaming the ref, lol. Well, show me where I'm wrong. You show me where I'm wrong. You explain to me how Rudiger nutting Mason fucking Greenwood isn't a yellow, but Pogba getting jumped over is. You fucking chode. Niall says, should have saved the 2 goals. Yes. Chelsea dirty. Chelsea came out and had a physical game. I got no issue with having a physical game. But the referee was never in control of that football match. Chelsea were better than stop him. Have you not just listened to the last 8 minutes of me talking? Fuck's sake. 19 penalties in a season. Okay. Which ones was undeserved? I think there's probably one. Wayne says it. Yep. So many unforced errors. Unforced errors. That's the one, mate. That is the one. Unforced errors. Poor mistakes. Not good enough. Was Maguire also concussed? Because for me, Maguire was so off it today. Just doing inexplicable shit. Was it fatigue? Is it... Here's the thing, right? Not one of them you go, Joe, lads, I got it. It was tiredness. No one's saying, oh, they were tired, they deserve to lose. But all of these things sort of play into each other, don't they? For me, the game swung on that challenge with Tony Marshall. United go in 1-0, different ball game. Chelsea have to come out and be really progressive, and we're also in the 4-3-3 shape that we've been good in. They have to take risks. They have to take chances. When you go up, it's easy to double your lead because the opposition has to then force things to happen, and it's hard to force things to happen. Dan James at striker wasn't a good option. I don't know why he was chosen over Igalo. I chose Lingard in mine. A lot of you wouldn't have agreed, but what I wanted from Lingard, I think you could have seen, would have been decent. This fucking sucks, and this fucking hurts. And I'm annoyed because it was an opportunity to go beat. Honestly, it was a fucking tap-in. Arsenal in a cup final. Is it Christmas Day? You fucking kill to play Arsenal in a cup final, wouldn't you? Because they're shit. And I know they've beaten us this year, but we struggled against the shit. I mean... Opportunity to win silverware. That's what football clubs exist to do. It's not all doom and gloom. We've still got another... trophy that we're able to go get. 18 wins, 18 streak without loss. It's not the end of the world when we lose one, but it fucking sucks in the circumstances because we were better. We're better than what we've shown. Callum, can you get in the chat? Give us a like. Let's see how this goes. Give us a like if you think we're getting into the top 4, and downvote it if you don't. And let's see where everyone comes up. Mike Dean was poor the previous game he refed us. I think it was Bournemouth, says Galloglock. Sorry. Ahmed says the easiest thing to coach is pressing. Soaking the press is more complicated, but there's players that seem to understand it defensively or offensively. Only Bruno and Marshall can press in this team. Strange. I don't necessarily agree with that. Was that Pogba worse than De Gea today? Did I read that? I'm not sure I agree with that. Ethan Laird needs a go. I think you might see him in Europa League. He was never going to play today, I think. Let's see what everyone's saying. Looks like it's going up about 50-50. Downvote if you down thumb if you think we're not getting top 4, and upvote it if you do. Show us what you reckon. Pogba got bullied by RLC. Did he? Have you been playing FIFA this afternoon? The fuck you on about? I've seen a lot of comments with Dean Henderson. We've thought for a while that that's probably going to be an option, or certainly an argument that's going to come up and down this season all the time. Yep. Ross is in the mixer. He says, what's with De Gea? He's not under pressure. What's wrong with him? Is it time for a new keeper? I don't know what's wrong with him. I do not know what's wrong with him. The problem is how much he's on. You're going to struggle to find a buyer for him. Right, it looks like most of you seem to think that we're going to get top 4 still. A win against West Ham all but sorts it, really, doesn't it? And then just don't lose against Leicester, but fucking hell. We've got to be better than we were today. Right, I'm going to head over to the Patreon channel. If you're a Patreon member, come and join us over there and let's do a proper chat. And if you're not, and you want to get in the mixer, the link is in the description. Cheers for watching. Laters.